but I still can't open it up. So we're gonna have to do this one more time. That was kind of scary. The FROG S13 wireless controller is an inexpensive $30 controller with a 1000 milliamp battery. However, I read the guide and it says it has a 600 milliamp battery. Hall effect joysticks, a gyroscope, RGB lights, and it vibrates. It sounds like a great deal for $30 if you know what you're getting. For comparison, I have the GameSir G7HE, which is a wired controller and cost about 50 bucks. The EasySMX X20 controller is a $60 controller. You can sometimes find it between $40 and $50 though. That's very customizable, wireless, and has RGB lights. It also has a bigger battery, a 1000 milliamp battery. But I have a problem with the joysticks. They are very easy to take off. I know it's supposed to be customizable, but you can just knock these things right off when you're playing a game. So I don't use it too much. I also have the Beitong Azura 2 wireless controller, but it could not survive the drop test. It too has a 600 milliamp battery, or whatever this really does have. I'm also not going to put this controller through the drop test if I like it, because I might use it. I've been using the Beitong Zeus 2 wireless controller, which cost over $100, but the buttons on the back are very sensitive and I accidentally press them all the time, which can be very problematic. One thing I noticed about the FROG S13 is that it does not have any back buttons, so that should not be a problem here. And that might be a deal breaker for some of you if you're looking for back programmable buttons, because this just doesn't have them. So let's see what we have inside the box. But first, I want to check out the box here. It claims to have 3 modes, 2.4 gigahertz, Bluetooth, and wired. But when I open the box, I don't find any dongle for the 2.4 gigahertz connection. The quick start guide also doesn't mention it. It just covers Bluetooth and wired connection. So what's up with that? Why does it say that on the box? Anyway, inside the box, we have a USB-C cable here for the wired connection or to charge it. And we have the controller itself. As you see, there are no back buttons. There are places for buttons or a dongle or something somewhere to store a dongle, but nothing's there. Here's what the controller looks like up close. Here's the USB-C port up top. We have triggers, we have bumpers, ABXY buttons, Hall effect joysticks, and the power button. Let's turn it on. As you see, it lights up right away. You can also change the RGB. There are instructions to do it inside the quick start guide too. My first impression is that this is very light and it's not the best plastic. It's almost kind of reminiscent of the EasySMX controller, but worse. It's inexpensive. What do you expect? It's also a little bigger than these other controllers, and the bottom kind of points out a little more. I don't know if you can see that on camera. This part is longer and goes out wider a little more. Now, since I don't see a 2.4 gigahertz dongle, it looks like we're going to have to use Bluetooth or a wired connection, and Bluetooth is not my favorite type of connection because it can lag. There's a lot of latency issues with Bluetooth. But if you want to use it with a mobile device like your phone or a tablet, Bluetooth might be preferable. There we go, it vibrated. Hey, it works. Let's play Ghost Recon. And look at this, here we go. We can snipe these guys over here. I actually have a camera in the way. I can't really see where I'm shooting, but we're getting them. The buttons and joystick are moving nicely here. That was an easy spin there. I actually kind of like this joystick. Hey there, guy, what's up? We got him. And I will mention the triggers are kind of big. I can definitely feel where they are, just like I can feel where you are. And you. And you. I missed. So far, so good. But I do think these edges are a little too long for me. I'm edging over here. Now let's try it with Bluetooth. So if this works well as a wireless controller, I might use it permanently. It's so cheap, I don't have to worry about breaking it or dropping it. I can just buy a new one. You can buy 2 of these or 1 EasySMX X20. Okay, and something's going on. I'm lagging a lot. The entire game is lagging. What's up with that? This has never happened before, I swear. This is my first time. So let's see, let's plug in the GameSir G7HE. It's a wired controller, it's my usual controller, and hey, we're not lagging anymore. Now let's switch over to the FROG S13, and every time I touch it, we lag. What's up with that? I've never seen that before. Okay, I'm going to restart my computer and try this again. Now, I'm not blaming FROG or anything like that, but my computer just took a very long time to restart. So to make sure that everything is running smoothly, I'm going to use the GameSir wired controller right now. Everything seems fine, everything is looking good. Now let's turn on the FROG controller and use Bluetooth. It should connect automatically, right? That's usually how controllers work. I have it on and it's not picking anything up. Are you okay, buddy? Now it's starting to lag. I felt it vibrate. It connected. What is wrong with you, FROG controller? Okay, now it's not working. It's just super laggy. I've never experienced that with a controller before. So whenever we use Bluetooth with a Data Frog controller, this game is simply not going to work. Let's see what happens when we turn it off. Okay, it's off and it stopped lagging and we can play the game now. So you know what? It looks like we're going to have to put this controller through the drop test. It works great with a wired connection, but the moment you want to use Bluetooth, it's like, I don't think so, buddy. I'm not built like that. Data Frog, I know you probably want me to say something nice about your controller. You probably want me to recommend it, but what do you want me to do? Your website says it has a 1000 milliamp battery. It doesn't. It has a 600 milliamp battery. The box says that you can connect it with a 2.4 gigahertz connection, but there's no dongle. There's nothing like that inside of here. Bluetooth doesn't work well. I wish it worked well. I really wanted to use this controller, and I think the name Data Frog is kind of cool. But unfortunately, unless you're using a wired connection, this is trash. That's right. You heard me, Data Frog. I'm sorry. So I think we're going to have to put it through the drop test. Let's drop it from here. It seems fine, but when you drop it, it sounds very hollow. Let's take things up a notch. Let's drop it from here. And it turned off. Let's see, can we turn it back on? Yes, we can. It's lighting up now. I'm going to turn it back off so it doesn't make anything happen on my computer again. What if we drop it from all the way up here? It's actually surviving longer than other controllers. So although the plastic is cheap, it's a bulky boy and it turns right back on when you push this button. Let's give it a little sauce. It's a frickin' tank, I'm telling ya. But I do feel the edges coming loose. All right, one last toss. Let's see what happens. Nothing. It's still in good shape. It's still usable. It has some scratches on the side here, but it still works. All right, let's break this thing. And we did it. We lost a bumper too, the right bumper. We don't need ya, but I still can't open it up. So we're gonna have to do this one more time. That was kind of scary. I won't lie, this is a very tough controller. It's taking a lot less damage than other controllers have, so at least it's durable. So I can't recommend this controller, but if you want it, I will leave a link in the description to get it. It is $30. It does work as a wired controller, so if you're looking for a wired controller for $30, here you go. It also has RGB lights. The GameSir G7HE does not have RGB lights. So I do like it as a wired controller, as a wireless controller. Nope, absolute garbage.